Okay, are we ready to go? I'd like to first of all thank you all for being here this evening. I'd like to thank Paddy for asking me will I come and would I like to come and be involved in chairing this meeting here this evening. I'd like to thank Seán for so willingly participating in the same with Damien. And I really would like to thank in a special way John McAllister, because I remember when I was 10 years of age, it was my very first time to be in Belfast. And it was a school trip. We were buying all the things you shouldn't buy as kids, like spangles and all sorts of stuff that you couldn't get down in the south, 100 miles away from where we had left. 7 years later, I'm up in Belfast again. I'm with a Meath hurling team. We're going to play Antrim. I'm 17. It's the senior team. We're in Belfast. We're getting tea and sandwiches. And suddenly we see an Orange Man's Parade. Well, orange is what it's on. Black suits, the sashes, the bowler hats, the drums were being beaten. We were all pioneers. And we had the pins in the lapel of the coats at the time, because everybody wore a suit. And we're trying to get the pins out, put them in behind the lapel in case the Protestants would shoot us. And you know the funny thing, at that time, for many, many years, you couldn't get a drink in the 6 counties of Northern Ireland on a Sunday. In a pub down here, we couldn't get enough people into a pub on a Sunday. And it's amazing how the things stick with you and stick with you right through the years. And I can remember the time of the riots back in Dundalk and so on. And the following November, Jack Lynch turns to me speaking to the political group in Cambridge. And there wasn't all that much about it, but it was a huge thing at the time. And I remember the 27th of December that year, there was a get-together in a house in Armagh. And I'm saying this, at that time, there was Sinn Féin, IRA, civil rights, People's Democracy, Neil Ballard, all the lads. Welsh Nationalists, Republican Fianna Fáil, Roy Blaine. He looked after me all the way that night. I got a pneumonia and ended up in the Mater Hospital. And there were 8 different, what I would call different shades of green. And I can remember then, progressive thing, the time of the bombings in Harrods. I'm coming back from a World Health Organization meeting in Rome. I was coming back for a Meath training session. And I got a plane to Luton, and the chap who picked me up in Luton to bring me up to Manchester to get a flight home was a chap called Tony Wilson, who chaired the meeting at 19 years of age, was the second political group in Cambridge back in 1968. And why am I saying all these things? I'm saying all these things because little incidents of history are littered throughout the way. Outside, met Paddy Meath, and Paddy decided me because I went to school in Dublin, right? And me, of all people, the Meath man, going to school in Dublin. And the reason was a very very simple one. There was no secondary school anywhere close to it at all. So Dublin was the nearest, and that's how I went to school there. And it reminded me of when the Parnell Monument was unveiled in 1913 by Pádraig Pearse. And some of the people were slagging him because he had a slight English accent, because of being partly educated in England. And they got on to him about it, and he stopped them. He just said a very simple thing. I would do anything that would bring me one step closer to freedom. And when we talk about a Meath for Unity meeting, we're talking about many things. And a few months ago, a man called Paddy Doherty died up in Derry, before Margaret McGinnis. And if you read the profile of Glenn Barr, who was involved with the UDA at the time, and Paddy was involved with the IRA at the time, they came together, and the government up there backed a programme where 400 people, 200 Protestants and 200 Catholics, were taken off in their families. None of them in 100 years had a job. Not one in 100 years had a job. 4 generations. And they got together, diametrically opposed to lots of the beliefs, but the one belief that they had, they wanted education and they wanted work for the people. And there were a group of us down here raise the rest of the money to equal that. So that out of the 400, 95% of them got jobs afterwards. And I spoke about it in Ashburn on the Sunday before Christmas. A very interesting thing happened. This huge man from Derry came up to me afterwards, and he shook my hand. He said to me, he said, Seán, and that was his name, my father was one of those men that got a job. So when you get people like John, who's a man of the earth, a man of the soil, that soil that we have as a nation is gold. It's the richest thing we have, and how we care for it, how we mind it is very important. The most important thing we have is our people, and we have each other. And when I was a very young man, there was a group called the Tutorials in Dublin, which used to take kids from the inner city who hadn't got education, or ones who were going to school and couldn't cope with school. So the students who were doing studying arts at UCD, they'd go and they'd coach these kids. And I remember being brought to a meeting and they asked me, well, what did you think of the meeting? I said, I think the meeting is great. I think what you're doing is absolutely lovely. It's absolutely wonderful. But it said, tell me a simple thing. How many of these kids have ever been on a boat and they're a couple of hundred metres or a couple of hundred yards from Dublin docks? How many have been the other side of the river? None of them were. How many kids had ever been up in the Dublin mountains? They never were. And suddenly I realised at a very early age that you get ghettos everywhere, you get safe havens everywhere, you get areas where you're safe and you're afraid to move outside of that. And when we've come here tonight with these four men to speak, we're not coming here fearful. John needs no pastor coming here tonight. He's very welcome here tonight. I love courage, and I love people who have the courage of the convictions. And tonight, it'd be great to hear the views of the four speakers, and where they feel sort of unity could go, unity in our county could go. Does it mean we link more with people further up the north, or whatever it is? Because I'm up and down there all the time. And you might say, how does that work? Or how can it work? I had a son go for an audition in Wandsworth a couple of years ago in a music school there for an opera. When the audition was over, they said to him, were any of your people ever here before? Well, he said, oh, you mean London? No, he said Wandsworth. Well, he said, my grandfather was a jail here. And, 6 months later, he's asked to go to Hillsborough Castle to sing for Charles and Camilla. Now, at home on the wall, there are lots of paintings, and the pictures are on the wall. And the letter he got, we said, you respect that as well. You've earned that right. And that's the thing we have done. We have earned the right to come together. We've earned the right to differ. We've earned the right to understand that there's more room for us together than there is apart. And I'm really looking forward to John, to Damien, to Padder, and I'll thank you again, Padder, and to Shane, of giving us their views, because when I stop and think about where we were and when I was as a young man and where I see it today, and I realise all the work that has to be done to bring us further along the line, whatever chance we have working together. And that's why I thank the lads, and more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, I thank yourselves for being here this evening. And we'll have a right good debate, we'll have a right good chat, and we'll agree to differ, and there'll be plenty of things we'll agree to differ about. But we're here as people of this land, proud and true. Thank you very much indeed.